first, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Hope you guys are all very healthy throughout 2024 and beyond. Wish you guys all good wealth. So in this video, we'll talk about NIO's MPV strategy, what the NIO CEO said about its MPV that's coming. And we're also going to be analyzing the MPV market here in China and how this is going to impact NIO as a whole, because for a very long time, everybody has been wanting a NIO MPV, and NIO has not been giving customers what they wanted. So right after NIO Day, NIO CEO said that in his opinion, MPV should not be over 400k RMB. Now, of course, if you look at the market, Li Auto's Mega is obviously over that price because according to NIO's president, he said, well, if Li Auto priced it at around the same price as their 789, then it will steal market share. And NIO CEO said that we should all lower our expectations in regards to the MPV. Interesting. So let's look at some of the best-selling MPVs here in China for the month of November, because that's the closest month we have in terms of data. So the best-selling MPV is number one, at the number one spot, and this is a new energy vehicle in general. All right, we're not considering gasoline cars. It's new energy vehicle. We might have some hybrids here. Number one spot goes to Denza D9 DMI, which is a hybrid. All right, it's a hybrid. In November, they sold 9,739 of those vehicles. Absolutely stellar delivery numbers. And the pricing of Denza D9 DMI is between 350k all the way up to 445k RMB. So that's a price range. That's pretty much in what NIO's target price range is. All right. The next bestseller is the Voya Dreamer, and that sold 3,550 vehicles for the month of November, and that is priced around 340k all the way up to 640k RMB. Also a PHEV, a hybrid. Again, you're seeing the trend here. Hybrid. Number one's hybrid. Number two's hybrid. What's number three gonna be? Hybrid. So number three spot goes to the Trumpchi E9, which is another hybrid vehicle. They sold 1,800 vehicles for the month of November, and the price of that is around 330k all the way up to 390k RMB. 1, 2, and third spot all dominated by hybrids. Well, number four spot, we finally got our first EV, pure EV MPV, and that is the Zeekr 009. They don't have a hybrid version at all. If you want a Zeekr MPV, that is the only choice. You can only go with pure EV. And that car actually got a lot of good reputation for having very good safety in a lot of collisions. The passengers were all kept alive and safe. The A-pillars were very strong and sturdy, so it's got a good reputation. But for November, they only sold 1,639 of those vehicles at number four spot. The price of that is a little bit steep at 499k all the way up to 588k RMB. Very steep pricing. But you see the overall trend here. This market is dominated primarily by hybrids, and hybrids, EREVs, they're able to lower the price down quite substantially. And then the pure EV right now so far are much more expensive. All right, and Li Auto Mega is also much more expensive, but Li Auto Xpeng's X9 is coming very soon into the market, and that car is actually priced around 300k plus. So it seems like Xpeng's X9 might be the first fairly affordable pure electric MPV that's actually very good. Now, what does this all mean for NIO going into the MPV market? It means that even though MPVs are in hot demand, unless you have a hybrid version, EREV version, sales probably might not exceed 3,000 or 4,000 vehicles per month. All right, it's still going to be relatively less. Now, keep in mind, 1,600-ish deliveries for the Zeekr 009 is actually still very good in terms of deliveries in general. With all NIO's vehicle models, they get around like a couple hundred, and then the good ones, they get like over 1,000. So if NIO added that to their lineup, something like the Zeekr 009, then NIO will get fantastic deliveries. It will be a good boost increase by at least 1,000 or 1,000 to 2,000 per month. Very good addition. So NIO's president said that they are going to be able to do the MPV 150,000 RMB cheaper than Li Auto's Mega and still have healthy margins. Now, the fact that NIO is considering putting this car, this MPV, below 400,000 RMB gives me a lot of confidence to say that this car is probably going to go in the sub-brand. Yes, you heard me right. It's probably going to be in the sub-brand. The reasoning is, if you watch my recent rumors videos, 3 massive rumors, NIO is trying to split the NIO brand from the main brand to have more differentiation, and then have cars that are 400k, below 400k, essentially in the sub-brand, and then cars above that be in the NIO main brand, and really make NIO's main brand more luxurious, focus on like the 7 series and above. So ET7, and then EC7, and then like ES8, ET9, like that kind of stuff. Whereas it's rumored that the ES6 and ET5, ET5T will gradually be placed in the sub-brand. So this all gives me very much confidence to say that the MPV is probably going to go in the sub-brand if it is going to be under 400k like the CEO said. For that reason, I think, Zeekr 009 is quite expensive, and having the sub-brand really gives NIO the opportunity of having a ton of features and having a lot of stuff without worrying about cannibalizing NIO's main brand, because the brand is different. All right, it's like how a Xiaomi phone could be made out of better materials than a Apple iPhone, but the Xiaomi phone is always going to be cheaper than the Apple phone. Something similar to that. Okay, so that MPV is going to be loaded with stuff, and it's going to be very good in general. I think that formula plus the capability of battery swap will make this MPV a very hot seller, in my personal opinion. And in my personal opinion, I think with that in the sub-brand, it can easily get around 2,000 deliveries per month, no problem at all, when that MPV comes out. The problem is when the MPV is coming out. NIO said that their plans for the MPV has just been grounded in, and it's not until 2 or 3 years later, so probably end of 2025, early 2026 is when we're going to see the MPV actually come to market. That's quite a bit ways off, and I think, thinking about the fact that Li Auto Mega is already here, Xpeng's X9 is already here, but NIO's MPV is 3 years out, that kind of disappoints me a little bit, and especially customers that really want an MPV. And people in China love MPVs. I mean, it's crazy, especially like those big families, those bosses. They like the comfort lounginess of MPVs. I think NIO's strategy for MPVs will be a success, but it's coming out way too much later. 3 years, 2 to 3 years later, come on, we need it like now. We need it like in early 2024. And that I'm disappointed about. But what do you guys think about NIO's MPV? As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.